All right, people. Whip Parade it is. There's some of it. Oh, look, another bag. And 2 carts full. So I wasn't kidding. Go get a whole meal because the snack isn't going to be enough. And I'll get this thing going. So that was your quick preview of what we have in store for my Whip Parade. Hopefully this camera is going to be okay. The sun is coming up in front of me. You may see me squint from time to time, but hopefully we've got good lighting to where you can see projects really well. I'm not doing this in any special order because it's a disaster. They're all mixed in, size, holiday, everything. It's a mess. I'm hoping that as I do this, I can kind of make some piles. I want to sort by project size and kind of maybe by completeness so that I can grab stuff to work on that way. Now the sun's got me like right in the eye. Here we go. Let's try this. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so let's get going. And now the dog is eating breakfast, so I'm probably going to have to let her out at some point. Okay, so first I've got this box. This is my chatteling. I have 2 of her charts. This is the only one I've started. I purchased this off of Stash Unload or one of the unloading groups, and I actually got it as a fully kitted, well, not fully kitted, there was no fabric, but it had all of the silks, the pattern, all of the specialty threads, the beads, and there's only one silk that I need to replace, and it's a thread gatherer, so this should be easy. And the reason I think I need to replace it, and it's because, well, it feels really bad. I don't know if it doesn't feel like they're silks, and there's some pink spots, so I don't know. Yeah, you can't really see them. There's one. So I don't know, you know, if it got wet or something. I don't know, but I'm just going to replace this one. Shouldn't be a big deal. So, this is the fabric I chose. Let me see if I have written down what it is. I don't know that I didn't write. I don't think I made a working copy of this. Apparently I'm just working on the pattern and not going to keep it. This is the center. And this is what I started with. That's how much is done. I do not have the name of the fabric written down. So, here is the finished piece. Sorry about that. I thought I had shown that and I had not yet. Very, very cool. I really like this. Snowflake Nativity. This is where I started, in the center, and that is all over one. I wasn't wild about it on this like pink fabric in the model, so I pulled this green blue Lugana out of my stash. Man, that lighting, I don't know how good this is showing up really. And here is my small, oh look, here's a needle too. I'm guessing there's a needle with probably almost every project. So someday when I finish these, I'm going to have oodles of needles, right? Here is my progress. And start of Mary. And that is, gosh, I don't remember how many colors in there. A lot. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. All right. So that was my first one, and I have to go a little bit faster than that probably. This is not difficult per se, but it is so detailed, it's just time consuming, and it's a project that I can't just pick up and do with a whole bunch of background noise, there's a little bit more concentration to it. So I do want to finish that, obviously, but that's why it hasn't been worked on in a while. Second box. This is the first Hade that I started. Let's see if I can find the... Oh, here it is. This is Fly Me to the Moon. It's artwork by Josephine Wall. This is what it will look like. I don't understand why there's a reflection. I don't know if you can see that there's like a reflection over there. Whatever. I don't know. I give up. So there is the finished design, and I started up in this top corner. I got a little bit overwhelmed with this. Again, not because it's difficult. God, this is a mess. I tried parking, and I tried like putting the threads with the waist knots. Now I've got a tangled mess. Oh my God, what a mess. But here is how far I got. So that's the edge of that moon. I love the colors in this. I had mentioned before when I was working on a different Hade, I started this 1/1 full crosses, and God, I already got so much of it done, but, well, not so much of it, God, it's less than a full page, but I think I'm going to restart, and I think I'm going to get the pre-gridded fabric, just because it makes stuff easier, and then I'm going to do 2/1 tent stitch. So, look at that. I got through 2 whips. Let's grab this bag next, because I can reach it. Okay, just kidding. We don't want to see anything in this bag because the zipper is broken and closed. Okay, so we'll work on that one next. Oh, whip number 3. I'm going to try to count these, but we'll see how long that lasts. This was a kit that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I love this. Love it. It is a full coverage. The fabric that I got with the kit was stained. The floss was laying on top of the fabric in the kit, and it came out stained. So I grabbed some fabric from my stash, just a neutral, and this is how far I am. And it's an easy one. I mean, I really should be further than this. Who knows? Number 4. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. This is horrible. Oh, number 4 is Christmas and Snowflakes. It's a filigree pattern. And this is using the called for Dinky Dye silks. I think I picked this up. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to remember. Just a second, Roxy. So that's the pattern. I am stitching it on 32 count linen from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. And the color is Winter Wishes. It's from December of 2016. That's how long I was in her fabric club. Oh, look, another needle. And this is my start. Beautiful colors. Huh, I should really finish this, huh? If nothing else, just so I can use the rest of this fabric for something, because it's really pretty. Number 5. This is one of the first patterns that and linen that I picked up when Mo opened her shop local to me. This is, what is it, Jardin Privé Quaker de Noël. I really like it. I like the pattern. This one kind of lost me. I started stitching it with, I didn't want to do single color. I actually purchased Weeks Dye Works Louisiana Hot Sauce and Classic Color Works Antique Lace. So I was going to just kind of do my own thing and do some of it red, some of it white. And I picked out, this has got to be the Witchell Laurel fabric. Because this is what I'm stitching one of my Mirabilia mermaids on. Bluebeard's Princess. So I do have a start. And I don't know if I didn't like it on this fabric. I don't know. I lost motivation to work on it. I think I had a lot of miscounting in the very first motif I did too, so I got frustrated with that. I'd love to finish it because it really is pretty. It's a medium-ish piece, I guess. I don't know. I'll finish it someday. So this is number 6. Look at that, I already lost count. Okay, this was Lakeside Linens, and it was a Sal Doreen Jones, maybe? I don't have a pattern printed because I was doing it on my iPad, which I'm recording on, so I can't show you. This was the Happy Halloween. Get this out of the way. And I got this fabric from a stitchy friend, Sylvia. And there is my progress. That white is glow in the dark. And the colors that I chose to use, I pulled out, oh, there's all of my black floss. Good God. I pulled out all of my, like, neon colors. Oh my God, the sun, come on. So much for this lighting being good. Okay, let's turn again. I don't know. We're trying, guys, I'm trying. Some more of the colors. I'm just kind of filling them in as I go. So that was a 5 or 6 part chart. I can't remember. It's number 6. Number 7, my second Haid. This one is Melinda and Moohoo. It's a, oh really? I don't have the picture. Come on. Oh, here it is. Artwork by Hannah Lynn. Super cute. I love the colors. I love the owl hat. I really like that. I do like this artist a lot. And again, less than a page in. And oh hey, this goes on my cart. I decided to try the Easy Count guideline to grid the fabric. I started gridding after starting stitching. And this is my start. This is just dumb. I, again, am going to probably scrap this. I don't know how people grid. Like, I just don't have it in me to take that much time to make some temporary lines on my fabric. I'm lazy. I'm not going to lie. Get off the counter. Hey. So I'm probably going to scrap this one and start it again and stitch it on the pre-gridded fabric. Hopefully I'm showing these for long enough before I pull them down. Sorry, guys. I legit think I'm just going to have to cut this bag open. And I don't know if it's because a cat chewed on the zipper or what. Yep, here we go. Good thing these were cheap on Amazon, huh? Good God. It's one way to do it. This is Mirabilia's Blossom Goddess. The pattern is not in here, nor is my working copy. Interesting. Here is the picture of the finish. She's really pretty. I think the colors are what attracted me to her, the combination of colors. Not too much for beading. I am really squinting. I am stitching this on a very pretty, I can't remember what the color is. It's a vintage, no, I don't know. It's a Witchell. It's a printed fabric where it's just, you know, the vintage, it's not Stormy, it's, I don't know. This is my whole big start on that. Oh, goodness. Start is a start, maybe. And now this needs a new project bag because I cut the bag open. So that was number 8. Number 9. 2017 Linen and Threads Mystery Sampler. I got into part 1. This was the colors that I chose. I don't have a picture of it completed because it was a weekly, not weekly, monthly release. Here's part 1. This is where I started. I even figured out what order I wanted the colors to go in. Here's my start. This was the only fabric I had on hand that was big enough to accommodate this band sampler. I'm not a super big fan of the color, but that's how I chose the floss colors, was by kind of coordinating it with this pink. I don't know if I even want to call this a whip. I think I'm going to scrap it. I just don't like it enough to finish it. What's that new show? Marie Conduit or whatever? Yeah, that's not a whip anymore, guys. We're going to scrap that. Okay. Another Lakeside Linens. This is the, it's the Doreen Jones Fantasy Stitch Along. I don't think I have a printout of the final design because I only have some of the charts printed. Here's a midpoint just of the months. The border. I don't know that I have a picture of the border. It would appear that I do not have a picture of the border. I have the chart of the border. I think enough people have seen it that they know which one this is, right? No. Anyway. That's the project. I don't know what color that thread is. And I am stitching this on a even weave. It is a hand dyed by Stephanie again. Color, don't know color name, but it's this really pretty like sea green. I think I'm gonna have to like pause this and switch seats. I'm gonna finish showing this one quick. This is how far I've gotten. So into the border, some of the first circles. I like it. I don't know why I put it down. I mean, I think I just got overwhelmed with the size of it, but I will finish it because I really do like the piece. Okay, I am going to pause, put away this first bag of whips, let the dog out, and readjust my seating so that I'm not squinting at you guys the whole time, and hopefully lighting's a little bit better. Okay, dog has been out and is in, and I think this is gonna work a lot better because now I'm not facing the sun. So that was the first 10 whips. Next I have 2 counted canvas pieces. Number 11 is, I think this is from Nancy's Needle. Yes, it is. It is Starry Skies. Very pretty. There is a lot of sparkle in here. And these are a little bit harder to store because I do have to leave them on the stretcher bars. I don't know if anybody's done some counted canvas work before. Here is my start. And I can't remember. Oh man. Oh, here it is. I marked the top. Okay. So I always mark the top of my stretcher bars so that I know where I'm going. This one wouldn't be as bad because I think it is symmetrical, but I still like to mark it. I need to get back to it and finish it. Counted canvas work, you do have to shift your brain a little bit when you're reading the pattern because I'm just going to show you a part of this. So in cross stitch, the symbol is in the box. In counted canvas, it's showing you what box to come up in and which one to go down. So there's a little bit of a brain shift. But once you get going with the counted canvas, it really is quick. Most projects. The second counted canvas piece I have started is this Halloween. Happy Halloween. And this is a Laura J. Perrin Designs. I just thought that's super cute. So nice, bright, bold colors. This one will be easier to tell top from bottom, obviously. It's not symmetrical. So there is my start. The part that I'm really kind of nervous about doing for this one is this background here. That is all blank. Like it's not filled in. So you're really gonna see any threads that carry behind here. And I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is after I stitch the words, maybe I'll leave off all this little stuff in the background and I'll just do a long stitch through here. I don't know. I just think it would drive me nuts if I was looking at threads that carried like that. So there is 11 and 12. Another bag done. Okay. Now I have to pull over one of my carts. All right. This is where I really need to start sorting by size. This is Tiny Modernist. The first in her Biscornu series from last year, which she is doing another one this year, and I'm super excited. This year's is fantasy. Last year was all birds. Excuse me. So the very first one was Birdcage Biscornu. Super pretty, super pretty. I am using the called for DMC floss. The fabric I'm using is a linen that I don't have written down anywhere. Oh my goodness. And this one I'm actually really close to done on the top, which means I'm almost, you know, like near done total, because the back is just corner motifs. This is my progress. So I have 3 of the 4 done. I mean, even the flower motifs, I just need to do this last bird cage for the top. And then the buttons that I chose from my collection, these are the buttons that I'm going to use on it. I just think they're really nice, vintage looking, you know, dainty, kind of feminine. I think that'll look really sharp. So this is going to go in a pile called small. Small. So that is number 13. Number 14. This was from my magazine mania for Stitch Mania for this last year, 2018. It is from Cross Stitch and Needlework, March of 2009. This is the cover. And the pattern is Dragon Tulip. There are a lot of colors in there. I pulled this one as, see, here's the color list. This I pulled because I had, at this point, already put away 2 Hades, kind of gotten frustrated with it, couldn't figure out how to make it work stitching them. So I pulled out 16 count Ada for this, and I'm mainly using it to practice parking. This was my start. And it really did work nicely. I mean, I wasn't having a problem following the chart. I did not make a working copy to mark because the pattern is printed in color, so kind of was easier to follow along where I was. A lot of times I read the patterns and don't mark them as I go because I can follow enough or find my spot easy enough. So I guess this is going to go in like a medium size because it's pretty near full coverage. Number 15. What is this? Another Mira. And I always wonder where all of my floss away bags go. I have tons of them in different projects. This is Mother's Arms. I have this. I have my working copy. I let somebody borrow my pattern. I haven't worked on this in well over a year, so I figured I was safe letting somebody borrow it. I'm not getting back to it anytime soon. And you know, clearly, this is just like Blossom Goddess. Great start! This is a needle minder I made. This is actually a Shrinky Dink. And my last cat's name was Lily before I got married. So that was for her. This is just a linen. God, I hope this is big enough. I might need to like remeasure this because this is looking kind of small. Looks like I gave myself 2 inches all the way around. Ugh. Might need to revisit that. This is going to go in a special pile called Miras because I do have a lot of them started. Oh, helps if you put the pattern back. And you can see a lot of these older ones are in my super fancy, cheapy Amazon project bags. Now I have all those nice ones I can pull out and switch some around. So that's 15. This is 16. This one. Okay, this is the Country Cottage Needleworks Gingerbread Train series. I don't have a finished picture of all of them together. I mean, this is the middle of the piece, and there's stuff all around it. I am using the called for Classic Colorworks, some DMC, and Weeks Dye Works. Stitching this on, I think this is hand dyed by Stephanie. I don't know the color. I don't know. Okay, so this was my start. I did start with the middle, which was block 6, the train that I showed you. That was my start. It has not gone any further because I hate this stitch. It's not even off. I mean, it's in the right holes. It's just that it's laying horribly. I'm ripping it out. I'm ripping it out and just going to start it over. It just looks horrible. I'm going to have to figure out maybe a different place to start or something with that. This is going in a large pile because it is so many pieces. 17. Plum Street Samplers. This is Scary 2. This was a kit. Oop. Came with the floss and the trim. Doing this on a linen of some kind. I did really good at tracking my information, didn't I? So here's my start. Just the top of that squirrel. It's looking kind of funky. I don't know. It's a scary looking squirrel. I don't know what I don't like about it. But anyway, I will get this finished because I do like the pattern. This is going in, I don't know. I guess really this could go in a small. It's not a ton of stitching. 90 by 66. I'm going to call it small. Ish. Oh, this one. This was a kit. Janlin kit. Water Dragon. I started stitching this for my husband. And I'm using the fabric that came in the kit. This is my progress. And here's my problem with this. I don't think I'm going to have room. If I have room, it's going to give me like an inch or less all the way around. I mean, okay, I have to pause again because that's my parents and they're coming to teach me how to use my snowblower before we get 12 inches of snow. Guys, this is going to be the most mashed up video I've ever done. Hopefully I can figure out how to smash them together so you don't have to watch part A, B, C, D, E. So anyway, what I'm probably going to do with this, I'm probably going to take the time to actually count over and see if I have room. If I don't have room, it's just getting scrapped because I don't like to stitch the same thing twice. I have never stitched the same thing twice. I'm already annoyed enough that I'm going to have to restitch part of those heids for a second time. yeah, so we'll see. I have enough other dragon patterns, like things that I wanted to stitch for Brian, that if that doesn't work, it doesn't work. This was from Stitch Mania 2017, I believe. This is my Erica Michaels Nativity Berry. And I had a piece of, oh look, I have the fabric name. This is 32 count Millennium Blue Belfast. And there's where I'm at. And I'm using the called for colors on this, I think. Yep, I am. So, this is looking good. I like this. This is going in the small pile. Maybe I'll finish it by this Christmas. It's 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. On to number 20. Rosewood Manors Morning Glory Sampler. And with this piece, this was also a 2017 Mania, I think. I am taking the words off of the bottom and I'm just doing the square. Using the called for colors, and I am stitching it on a 36 count. Yeah, that's a 36 count. And it's got some sparkle in it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. No, it's very subtle. It's not a full-on opal. But yeah, this is my start. It has some of these, you know, specialty stitches around the border. The rest of it is just, looks like regular stitching. So, but it's fun. It'll be pretty when it's done. I think I'm going to call that a medium size. Medium. Another Mania 17 kit. This is Design Works. This is a Joan Elliott, Madonna and Child. Very pretty. I am not using the linen or the Ada it came with. I am using a hand dyed by Stephanie. Oh, come on. I didn't write this one down either. Sorry, guys. This is my start. It's pretty fabric. Can't remember the name. But I think it's going to look really nice with all of these colors. So there we go. Left off with some white. Another needle. Imagine that. And I'm calling this one a large because it is pretty large. What is this, 22? Something like that. This is another kit, Plum Street Samplers. This was Scary 1. Picture. I started this when I was at the car dealership waiting for an oil change or something. I think it was an oil change on a Saturday morning. It came with the floss and again the trim. And here is my start. So yeah. What did I call this other Plum Street? A small? I think this is going to be a small too. Oh! I have the linen. This is 36 count Old Town blend that I am stitching it on. Doing some math. 23. Plum Street Samplers. Nope, just kidding. This is a Little House Needleworks. Fear Not. Actually, after I got this, my cousin got it as well. And I am stitching it. I think I started with the called for colors and swapped a couple of them out just because they didn't look like the picture. So I may have changed a couple of them, which I probably should have made a note of. But it looks like I didn't. I do not have the fabric name written down. This is an even weave. Looks like a hand dyed. And here's my start. This was from Mania of 17 too. I can remember that much. This is pretty heavy with stitching, so I'm going to call it a medium. I give up on counting, guys. I'm not recounting these every time I put one down. So we're done with that. Lizzie Kate, boxer, inspiration boxer, Come Let Us Adore Him. Oop, there you go. And I'm using the called for floss. And here is my, this is being stitched on a really stiff linen. Must be a natural linen. Another Mania 17 start. My cute little Mulan needle minder. Forgot about that one. Really, this can be considered a small. I mean, it's a Lizzie Kate. They don't take long to stitch. I apologize for the shuffle noises, but it was not feasible to take all of these out before filming. Magazine Mania. Maybe not. Maybe this was just for funsies. Yeah, I think this was just, cover this up. This was a magazine I got, look, that's not gonna work. Here. I got this magazine on one of the Stash and Loads, and it actually was, it came with the floss and fabric for 3 of the projects in here. Here's the owl. And that's obviously a Prairie Schooler. Here's the magazine. It's just cross stitch, Halloween issue, October of 2008. So this is the one I'm working on. This is the first one, and I actually already stitched that. And then the last one, I don't know where I have the stuff for it, but it's going to be, I think the last one that it was kitted with was Trick or Treat. Smell my feet. It's a la-di-da design. So that must be in my stuff somewhere. Small. This was Magazine Mania 2018. So that other one must have been too. Cross Stitch Collection, issue 178, December of 09. Here's the cover. And I am stitching these ornaments. Maybe not all of them. Which one did I start with? I think I started with the dove. Yeah, looks like it. I should probably figure that out. I'm stitching it on 28 count Picture This Plus Arctic Lugana. There's my start. Here are the colors. So yeah, that looks really good with that fabric. And I have 2 additional pieces cut. I don't know what they're for. One of them's smaller than the other, so I'm not sure that it's going to even work for one of them. Maybe I was just going to do 2 of the ornaments. Magazine Mania 18. Stitchery magazine from November of 1998. And I did print a working copy of this one. This is the pattern. It is not being stitched on a sweatshirt. This is being stitched on the Blended Needle Heavenly Creations. It is a Cashel blue linen. It doesn't even say what count it is. And I was parking some of these. It must be, it looks like maybe a 28. So here's the start. And when I opened this linen, I found these spots. So I think I started it far enough over and left a small enough margin that I should be able to get the whole piece in and not hit the white spots. I think. And floss. I've said it before, I'm lazy. I am not going to take the time to try to find floss in different projects with how many I have started. So someday when these are done, I'll have 18 full sets of DMC. I'm going to call that medium because there's a lot of thread changing. Magazine Mania, World of Cross Stitching. This is issue, I don't know. Oh, issue 2, looks like 233. It's covered by this sticker. This was for, okay, these are a bunch of little charts. It's from their design library. Oh, good, there is a picture of it. Doreen Jones. And the one that I chose is this owl. And I'm actually stitching it on the perforated paper. There's my start. We'll call that small. This was, I believe this was part of Magazine Mania. Maybe not. This was printed out from a magazine, The Gift of Stitching magazine. I purchased it on Etsy before the shop closed. Xmas Goat Ornament. There's my progress. So I need to finish that up. Maybe it'll be, maybe I'll be able to get it finished as for a gift for this year. Magazine Mania. This is stitched on Park City Blend 30 count. From the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, March, April of 1993. And this was this sampler. Not my usual style. I was drawn to it for some reason, so I'm going to probably continue it. I don't know. It may never get finished. It might turn into a UFO. Here's my start. Now what I didn't realize is that the alphabet is 1/1. And I'm started it, and this linen wasn't very nice to work with to do the 1/1. So I think I got frustrated and just didn't go back to it after the day that I started it. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Also part of Magazine Mania. Okay. Well, there's a needle and here's a needle minder. Why are they not together? This is from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, March, April of 1995. Obviously picked this up at a thrift store. Oh, come on, where's the picture? Here it is. Consider the Lilies, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Belfast. Picture this plus, and the color is Chime. So here's the pattern. I love lilies. Love lilies. So I was immediately drawn to this. So this kind of looks, you know, old, the color-wise. I'm using the called for floss. And when I pulled the floss, this is not dark and dingy at all. Here's some of it. I mean, the yellows, the blue. This is not dark. So I was really excited when I pulled the floss and saw the colors. Here is my start. And this has some specialty stitches in the border. See if I can hold it up to show it. Yep. Really pretty. I gotta get this finished. It's so pretty. That fabric just works perfect for it. It is large. This was also for Magazine Mania. There's no pattern in here. I wrote the name of it down. It's being stitched on this hand-dyed even weave. It is a Val stuff chart. A cat, probably. A Halloweenish one. Someday I'll figure it out. It was from Magazine Mania, so the magazine is somewhere. I don't know if it was one that I already showed or if it's in another pattern coming up. Yeah. Magazine Mania, just cross-stitched, December 1988. That's an old one. Let's see if I can find the color picture of what I am stitching. Here it is. I'm stitching this on 28 count tea-dyed Lugana. Mother and child. I love the colors in there. This whole background is gold. Oh, it's going to be so cool. And here is my start. This is Mary's face. You can kind of see it from the shading. So pretty. So pretty. This is going to go in the medium pile. There is a working copy for this too, because this one is hard to follow. Yeah, medium. Magazine Mania, Stitchery Magazine, January 1999. I am stitching this. This is part of a series, Making Sarah's Quilt. So that's one part, and here's the other two parts. And I can't remember if I have either of those or not, but I saw this and wanted to stitch this for my mom. She's a quilter and has done some hand quilting, so I thought I would stitch that for her. It's on a mystery linen. And I started at the top left. Okay, so let me hold this up the correct way. There we go. And that sun is bright. I'm not even facing it anymore and I'm squinting. Sorry, guys. Oh, wait, I'm not sorry because you're not supposed to apologize, right? Magazine Mania. Okay, just cross stitch April of 2018. And this is the piece, yes, this is the piece that I'm doing. And I'm stitching it on 32 count linen hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie in lilac. There's my small beginnings. This has a lot of fractional stitches. So if you're going to stitch it, I would recommend using a linen or even weave so that you do not have to pierce the center of a whole bunch of Aida. This was a magazine with a lot of charts that I wanted to. I don't know where the project bag is for it. Oh, yes, I do, because I never started it, so I put it back. Okay, so it wasn't a whip, but I am also planning on stitching this. I have it kitted. I never made it through starting all 31 magazine projects for Mania. One shelf done! Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's pull this over. Stitchy Box Black Widow, designed by Northern Expressions Needlework. Here's the pattern. I hate spiders, but you know, I have to do something for Halloween. And it's a really pretty dinky dies. And I am stitching it on 32 count linen, hand dyed by Stephanie in Silver Mist is the color. And my, well, how is this oriented? This way? Here's my start. It's all specialty stitches. I mean, they're fun, but I have to concentrate on that too. Geez, I really got to figure out which... Yeah, that's the top. Okay. That is small. Another Stitchy Box, designed by Northern Expressions Needlework. I got these from Stash Unload. Somebody was getting rid of, like, basically the whole Stitchy Box as far as I could tell. This is using... Let's get this out. Okay, so here's the pattern. Sparkling Christmas tree. There's the little star for the top. There's these little beads on it. It uses, the brown is Gentle Art limited edition. It doesn't actually have a color name. And then it's also using, I believe this was Gentle Art wool. It's a pretty green color. And I'm stitching this on the fabric from Stitchy Box. It is 28 count Lugana in Valor by Picture This Plus. I have already finished the gold Krynic. So I'm working on filling in the tree, and then I'll be able to go in and put the beads. So after I fill in the tree, I actually have to go back and put some brown back stitch on there for the branches. This is, again, you know, with the specialty stitches, it's not super quick, but it is so cool. This is a more recent start and whip. This was the Stiachalong. As you can tell, I didn't make it through every week. But that's okay. I really do like it, and I am going to finish it. I should finish, you know, the basics, but I can't decide yet what I want to put as the home is where the blank is. So I haven't worked on it any further. I need to go back and kind of see what other people have charted for theirs. But because of, yeah, I think I'm going to call this a small, just because it really isn't a whole lot of stitching left. Magazine Mania. Leisure Arts, February of 1996. And this is the design that I'm stitching. There is also a lot of fractional stitches in this one. And I wish I had paid attention to that because I started it on this, I don't even know what it's called. It's an 18 count, I think. But it's really thick. Here is my progress. I was doing some thread parking here. Some of these colors are getting a little bit difficult to see on the fabric, but oh my god, this is going to be gorgeous when it's done and backstitched. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to get framed. So this is pathetic. Because I don't pull floss from other projects, this project bag has the only floss away bag of color 758. Like, what, 7, 8 skeins? Do you know how many other 758s I probably bought for skin for Mirabilias? And I have this whole bag of it. That probably wasn't the smart way to do things. This was a start at Retreat. Don't have the cover photo in here. Another Mirabilia. Was a newer one. March Aquamarine Fairy. My birthday's in March, so I decided I should probably stitch that. This is the embellishment pack. That's a whole lot of beading. I am stitching this on a linen, yes, linen. I give up. I don't know. This is honestly one that I'm not sure if it's a linen or a even weave. Isn't that weird? It's got to be an even weave. I started in the top left, so here is the tip of her wing. My little stitch needle minder. The colors in this are gorgeous. Go in the mirror pile. Lila's Studio Spring. I have all 4 of these seasons. I have all of, excuse me, this is all the called, here's another one. B5200. How many skeins have I bought? Because this is all hiding in one project bag. Called for colors. Stitching this on a 40 count. Yes, a 40 count linen. And I have the top bird done. Well, not even done. He's missing legs and a beak. Some of these I'm like, why did I ever put that away? Everybody knows this. It doesn't matter if I have the chart or not. This is Mirabilia's Lady of the Flag. It took me forever to find what I thought was the perfect fabric for this. It is a linen, it is this is, it might be a Zweigart, I don't remember. According to my working copy cross-offs, I worked on it for 4 days. This one I actually kind of wanted to track my progress by the day. I don't have the information from the fabric in here. Oh wait, is it right there? Nope. But I do have a little scissor fob on my scissors. It's the other thing I'm going to have an abundance of is scissors when I finish all of these projects, because a lot of them have scissors in the project bag. I need a drink. Oh, now this is special. I have 2 pair of scissors in this one. Soda Stitch Cinderella. I'm going to be doing some modifications to this. The prince is going to get short here. I'm taking off these sides. Hair color is changing on this, and I'm taking her wrinkles out because it looks like a mustache. I think those are the only 2 that I'm really changing. Yep. Called for floss, except for the shoe. Yes, the shoe and a couple other things probably are being stitched in the Petite Treasure braid. $7.54. How many other skeins of this did I go by? This is on a opal even weave. No idea the color name. There's my shoe with the Petite Treasure braid. This one's going to be really cute. Pretty purple color fabric. Barbara Anna Designs, Black Cat Hollow. I eventually will have all 3 pieces. This is part 1. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Cabernet Lugana. Picture this plus. There's my start. I love it on this fabric. It's just, it's awesome. Awesome. The colors are just gonna be pretty. Love it. Love it. Another one. Why didn't I go back to that? I think I'm gonna have to call this a large because of the 3 parts. This is in one of my flamingo project bags. Don't ask me where I got it, can't remember. Oh, this isn't even a start yet. Oh, I marked it because there's a pattern for bowling pins and a bowling ball, and I was going to do that for one of the kids' ornaments. Ethan's ornament for 2017? I don't know. So it's not a whip. Plum Street samplers. Most of the called for floss. This is spring delivery. I did do some color swapping based on pulling the floss, and it didn't look like the picture. And I'm stitching this on 32 count vanilla latte linen, which I believe is a hand dyed by Stephanie. Yeah, that's all I got. Not even 3 full rows of the sign in the corner. This is one of my project bags from Stephanie, Ivy House Crafter. Jeanette Douglas Designs, the Autumn Acorn. And I do have the floss pack for that. Well, for the variegated. Oh wait, no, that's all of the colors in there. Yeah. And I'm stitching it on 36 count Lakeside Linens Light Exemplar Vintage. And there's my start. It's really pretty. I just need to, like most of these, just need to buckle down and finish them. Gonna call that one a small. Okay, so this is the one that I really feel guilty about. This is March, April 1988 of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. These dolls are freaking creepy. That's how you know it's the right magazine. This is the pattern that I chose to start my group Very Old Sampler Sale. It's gorgeous. I do not like samplers. I love this one. It's the colors, it's the flowers, I think. I just love it all. I did have to do a lot of floss conversion because it's a 30-year-old magazine. These colors were DMC variegateds that some of them are discontinued. I do have the conversion information. I believe if you go to my floss tube number 30, it's either 31 or 33. it has all of the information. All of all of my floss has been pre-cut. I don't think I did a video on this, but I'm more than happy to help people. The magazine explained how to cut the floss so that you had light to dark and medium to dark and light to medium, because it tells you to use them in certain places. And I kind of, because I liked the way the chart looked so much, I wanted to stick to the original as well as I could. I'm stitching it on 28 count Ren Lugana. Picture this plus. I feel guilty because I have so many projects going. I started this as part of that very old sampler sale and only got to here. But people are still joining the group, so maybe I won't be the last to finish it. I love it. And feel free to join the group just to check out pictures of finished pieces, because some of them, all of them are beautiful, but some of them we have pictures of them framed, and it's just beautiful. Oh yeah, I was doing this as a sale with somebody on Instagram. Failed at that. Cross stitch and needlework, May 2012. Flox box. It's an ink circles pattern. And I used this as an opportunity to use a hand-dyed fabric and floss that coordinated. It is a hand-dyed by Stephanie even weave. I don't have the color name anywhere. Here's my start. And the floss that I'm using is a Mose sail, and the color is Bach. So, need to finish that. I'm so glad I'm not counting these anymore because I have piles everywhere. Stitchy Box Cardinal Frost, designed by Myrtle Grace Motifs. This is a lot of beads in there. A lot of beads. I am using the floss that came with the Stitchy Box for this one. Valdani hand dyed in turkey red. And then the beads are Delica matte bright sterling plated. So they'll be nice and shimmery. And the called for fabric, which is not marked on here. Maybe it's written on here. 32 count Storm Opal Linen from Picture This Plus. And this must go this way. Yeah, I didn't get very far on that, did I? Let me make sure that wasn't my husband. I just messaged. It was. We're doing a very late Christmas celebration with some friends this afternoon, so figuring out where we're going. Another pair of scissors. This is, do I not have a picture? This is Maria. She's on Facebook. I'm in her group on Facebook. I can't think of Patterns by Maria, maybe. I think from from Russia. Why do I not? I don't have a picture. That's awesome. Freaking awesome. She's on Etsy. Sorry for the delay. I'd sing to you, but you'd want to turn this off. Here it is. Etsy shop is Cute Patterns by Maria. She is a Ukrainian designer. And this chart that I'm working on is her Dragon Phoenix. It's a little bit too dark, apparently. There we go. So there's the pattern. I'm stitching on a white even weave. There's my start. So a lot of the background, I mean, just like with a lot of these Ukrainian and Russian designers, there's a lot of blended threads and half stitches in the background to give it dimension. So that's where I'm at. And I'm not sure I like it on that fabric because there's a lot of white showing through. That's why it's kind of in timeout. This is a Jeanette Douglas Halloween sampler. This is a newer pattern of hers. I love that. Lots of Halloween motifs. And I did spring for the floss pack from that you can opt to buy, and it looks like I split it all up. This looks like a picture of this plus linen. Don't know the color name. There's my start. A lot of specialty stitches. I mean, it's a Jeanette Douglas, you know, it's got some different stuff in there. But it's a lot of fun to work on. I just need to get it finished. 36 count, maybe. That's what it looks like. Large. 2 shelves down. That's Ethan and Ellery's. Started this sale as well. Haven't really sailed with anybody. Cross Stitch Crazy. It's a recent issue. I can't find the number. But it's this one that we're working on. That was done as a sale. It's an Emma design, Emma Tongden. Here's the full picture. So I am stitching it on black linen. Here's my progress. I ended up having to make a working copy because holy cow, did it get confusing for me. It's so pretty. The colors are just stunning, and especially on this black. It's awesome. I love it. I think I'm going to classify it as large though because it's a lot of stitching. Yeah, we'll call it medium. This was from Magazine Mania. I was hoping to have this done for my aunt for Christmas this year. Didn't happen. Her birthday's in March, so I was going to try to do that. She loves pigs. I just thought this was such a cute pig. And I am stitching it on Crosswing Collection hand-painted fabric in the color April. It's a Lugana. There we go. Nice blue and white variegation there. He's cute. I think her birthday's in March, so I'm not sure that it'll get done for her birthday. But, like we like to say, Christmas comes every year. That's what we say at the quilt shop a lot because Kathy, one of the employees there, she always talks about her Christmas gifts and how they're never done in time. And there goes the whole pile. Cool. Okay. This has to get done this year. Has to get done. I'm horrible. This is the shop sample I've been working on for incredibly too long. Halloween greetings. Yeah. So I'm just incredibly frustrated with myself on this, like why is it taking me so long? Thankfully, I don't have to put the panels together. Mo's going to do that part. So I have the first and the last panel done. Sweet. I mean, that was boring with all that black. That's done. These are stitched on 35 count linens. I should probably iron and hang this too. I am working on panels 2 and 4. Here's my progress. I am stitching this in hand because it is a lot of big blocks of color. The owl's cute. And I'm doing a little bit of modification to this. She did ask that the eyes on the second owl be open instead of closed. She did a couple of floss color swaps, so I've got a list of those to keep in mind. This is going to be another somewhat boring panel, and the color on that fabric is putty. These are all witch oak. So I have to finish this year. It's just, it's dragged on too long at this point. I want the store credit for finishing it too, but I feel bad for how long I've had it. So this will be one of my stitch 9s. Putting that down there. Oh, yeah, I know what this is. I also started this one at Retreat. This was a gift from Christine, Stitch All the Things. She was lucky enough to find this at her local Goodwill, and I had seen this pattern before and instantly fell in love with it. It's just amazing. Amazing. So, I mentioned that something about the pattern. She said, great, I'll send it to you. So, thank you again, because I love it. I'm stitching this on 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana. And which way does this go? This way, I think. There's my little start. And there's already some Krynick in there too. Some half stitches, full stitches. I love it. Obviously, this one is going to be a large project. I should finish this. This is a punch needle pattern. Lighthouse. Love it. This is my progress on said lighthouse. Yep. It's really pretty. I mean, this part that is completely filled in looks really nice. So once I get that done, it's going to be really sharp. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put that in my 9. Just made that decision. This is from Mania 2017. Britter Cup Designs, Britty Kitty monthly series, March and April. I was doing both of them. So here is my March start. Bottom of his leg, tail, shamrock. And here is April. Stitching on a pink linen. It's the start of the bunny there and the carrot. Yeah, those definitely aren't getting done for this spring, but I really do like them. Hope to have them done for next spring at least. Those will be smalls. Oh yeah, I think these were Mania 17 as well. Maybe not. I can't remember. Jim Shore Owl Mill Hill kit. I do not have much of this done at all. Just that top little holly leaf started. I don't know that I can call that a small. Is it a small? Probably is. And another Jim Shore Snowy Owl Mill Hill kit. I think this one's a little bit further, maybe. The heck, where did I start? Maybe this is the owl? I think it might be. I think it's the owl and arm. I think. I probably shouldn't go so long between stitching my projects so I can... Yep, it is. I just found the chart where I have it crossed off. Okay. Now I know. This was part of Magazine Mania. But I can't... I guess I can. Quick and Easy Cross Stitch. Doesn't have an issue number. I actually just got the chart. I don't have the entire magazine. This is what I'm stitching. And I am stitching this on 14 count Mystic Ada. This is a Picture This Plus. And I just fell in love with this color. There's my start. And then I normally don't stitch on Aida. Picture This Plus Aida is very soft. I really do like it. Put that on the medium pile. It already fell over. Oh, okay, so that ornament that I couldn't tell you what it was a Val's stuff. I was correct. It's Val's stuff. It's a cat. So here's the magazine. I should probably put these together. This is just cross stitch 2009. September, October 2009. Here's the cover. There's that ornament again. And the one this is Happy Owloween. This is Picture This Plus 32 count, but who knows what. Nope, it's not. This is not a Picture This Plus. This is a wing. Yeah, that's a wing. I didn't get very far in that, did I? I should put this with the other one. Put it with the other one. Magazine Mania. And then I let somebody borrow this pattern because there was no way I was going to be working on it anytime soon. This is from Just Cross Stitch, August of 2003, and it is a Blackbird Designs Summer Jubilee. I am stitching it on Picture This Plus linen in Barnwood. There's my one piece. Very pretty. Large. Now, this was supposed to be for Mother's Day for my mom about 4 years ago. Lizzie Kate, Mean Mother. What's wrong with this floss? It's like stuck to this bag. I'm stitching this on an even weave. Looks like just a mushroom color. And I got discouraged with this because I've done the calculations a bazillion times. So I know that it's correct, but I feel like I don't have enough room. It's probably just one of those optical illusions. This is a 28 count. I wonder if it's a 25 count. No, it's a 28. I need to work on it some more. And I guess the only way at this point to figure out if it's going to fit or not is either to count it or keep going. I think I'm going to call that a medium. Nah, I'll call it a large. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. It's not even a start in my eyes. Egg of Eggs, Bent Creek. It's a kit, comes with the pearl cotton, linen. There's my start. I don't even want to consider that a start. That's just ridiculous. 5 stitches, and only one of them is a full stitch. I think I took it in the car to work on and then clearly didn't work on it in the car. This was a Janlin kit that I started years ago. Possibly, let's see, how old am I? This was probably about 15 years ago. It's a Susie Zoo kit. See, I've always liked cats. This is another one that really makes me think that there's not enough room on this fabric. A lot of fractional stitches in here. And it is on the kit Ada, so I'd still like to finish it. It is a really cute pattern. Stuff is going to start falling. This was a start this year. Stony Creek's Horrific Halloween from this year. It was a May through October monthly series. This is the complete pattern. I will be doing it as the bell pull. I thought I had purchased the bell pull, but I guess not. I have all of the patterns, all of the buttons, and the specialty floss. And I'm stitching it on the called for Vintage Stormy Night Lugana. And there's my work. This is in a gorgeous Halloween-y project bag. Oh, that was gifted to me. Owls. It's large. 3 shelves down. I have 1 more shelf and a big bag of stuff. Oh God. Okay. Let's keep going. Go ahead and pause me and get yourself some more water or snacks. Okay. This was a recent start. This is a kit that I had, Autumn Owls. And it came with the Ada pre-cut, come on, pre-cut squares to do all 3 of them. Well, I decided I wanted to do them all together, long, bell pull style. So I went through my stash and found 28 count Monaco. This is hand dyed by, this is a one of Oksana's fabrics. She sells in Stash, is it Stash Unloading Cross Stitch Only? I can't remember. Here's the fabric. It's hand dyed and it's got some, I think she dyed it and then also like dyed it with leaves. Like there's a leaf here. I can't remember, but it was super naturey and perfect for this piece. And that's my new Merida needle minder and my owl. So I think the order I'm going to put them in, this one that I've started is over here. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's this one. And I'll put him in the middle and this one on the bottom. A medium project, I guess. That look of confusion was me trying to sort. I started this the other night because, you know, why not? Sweetheart Tree. Keep calm and freak out. I am stitching it on 28 count Lugana Opal, and the color is Champagne and Cocktail. This is from Enchanted Fabrics. I must have picked it up on Stash Unload. And the silk that I'm using is not Dinky Dice, sorry, Silks for You. And this is the color. I don't know what the color name is because I got it from a Bits bag. And here's my start. And there's the Cinderella needle minder I just accused Ellery of stealing this morning because I couldn't find it. So the crown is stitched 1/1, and then all the back stitching here. I didn't accuse her to her face either. I just looked at my cart and went, I wonder where that needle minder went, because I had it on the side. So I didn't accuse her. I apologize. My husband is at his parents' with the kids. Okay. So I'm trying to listen for him. Okay. This was a recent start. This is the work basket, Flutterby's. I swapped all of these colors. I lied. One of these colors is the called for. Everything else swapped out for fancy floss from varying dyers. I've got Victorian Motto. I've got Color and Cotton. I've got a couple of Moe's Sale, hand dyed by Rolanda, and these colors are gorgeous. I'm stitching it on 36 count, so I'm doing 1/2, and this is picture this plus. This is Ren. This has got to be Ren. Here's my start. Very cool. I like it. I don't know. I might end up having to pull out this cream. It looks okay on the screen, but in person I really can't see much of a difference. I'm running out of room on my table. This is large. I'm gonna fall over. Apparently, what, hour and 13-minute videos are too much? Oh, yeah. Bluebeard's Princess. This is that mirror I was telling you was stitched on the Laurel linen from Witchelt. This isn't a cheapy knockoff Q-snap, so here's my start. Oh my god, the colors, the Krynic. This is just going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And I do have another mermaid to picked out to stitch on the same Laurel linen, so I'll have eventually maybe hang up the two of them together. This was a project everybody loved, including me. That's why I'm stitching it, right? This is from Cross Stitch Collection, December of 2005. All I have is the pattern. I don't have the magazine. This is the pattern I'm stitching. And I am stitching it on a printed linen. And the linen is a picture of sheet music of Oh Holy Night, my favorite Christmas carol. And I did a lot of counting on this to figure out where to start it. Because I wanted the sheet music to show through too. I'm going to frame it to the size of the sheet music and the stitching together. So this is my progress. I love it. I love it. So pretty. Maybe I should put this as one of my Stitch 9. I don't know that it would actually happen. By next video, I will pick out my Stitch 9 for the year. We are almost done, guys. No, we're not. Sorry. I have these 4 project bags, and then I have a bag of stuff. Okay, we're almost done with the carts. This is a stitch along that I started December 1st with Amy Loves Toads, and Jackie. The stocking. This is Stony Creek. Summer of 2018. And I'm stitching it on the called for Vintage Stormy Lugana. And that's where I'm at. This is going to be so pretty. This will be my stocking someday. This is in one of the project bags that I picked out the fabric and sent it to Victoria, and she stitched it up for me. It needs to go in this large pile that's overflowing. This was a kit. Dimensions kit. Be a Light. Love the colors. And I love it on that dark fabric. I'm not using the navy Ada from the kit. Instead, and when I go back to work on this again, I need to do that whole braiding thing with this mess, because I figured that out since then. This is on 32 count Belfast. Picture This Plus in Crystal Phantom. I thought it was really cool for that night sky. Extra sparkle. What do you think? Is that a small or a medium? Heck, we'll call it a small for funsies. This is a stitch along with Susan. Cricut Collection October. I started it at one of my retreats. And I actually dyed the linen for this myself. And I started on the side, so I did start with the O. And that's all I got. And I can't remember why I got frustrated. that's where I got. And that's the color of the fabric, more true to color. I dyed this one on the first time that I dyed fabric, and I used violet and yellow and mixed them together because I didn't have brown dye. So yeah, I was happy with that. This was a start at retreat. Dragon Dreams, Dragon of the Deeps. Super cute. And this is being stitched on a hand dyed by Rolanda. Beautiful color. Here's my start. I love it. And that is a Karen Water Lilies for the waves. So I didn't have a ton of, I mean, it's one color. I didn't have to do a bunch of color changing. There's no excuse for this to not be done. There really isn't. Needle Bling Designs, get your witch on. I'm only stitching one side to the fob. I think that's what I was doing. No, I was going to put the year on the back because it wanted you to... Okay, so what you were supposed to do is this pillow, they had it charted over 1 to make for the back of the fob, and I didn't want to do that because I already was going to have this. So I'm just going to put the year, stitch the 2000, well, not 18 now, but 2019 on the back of the fob. I say there's no excuse for this to not be done because, I mean, it's like done. I'm not going to do the outside border on here because I don't want to have to square things to it. And then the witch is done. I just have to finish the back stitching for the fob. I'm going to put it together similar to a biscornu and use the back stitching and then stitch the back stitching up instead of doing it like a pillow. And then I just need to chart and stitch the 2019. This is hand dyed by Stephanie. This is a linen and the color is Spellbound. So this goes in the small pile. You know, I am going to do the stitch 9 and pick out the 9 I definitely want to finish. But I know with how many projects I have and how close to being complete some of them are, I will get more than 9 projects done this year. That is both of my carts. Wheel these out of the way. Oh no, it's not. I worked on this one last night. I actually have the magnets holding it to the cart. Plum Street Samplers, Salem Sisters. And eventually I would like to get Salem Sisters 2 and 3 as well. So it says, Sisters of mine, we've done no crime, yet here we go to hangin'. These foul townsfolk, they thought us cursed, and now we're up here swangin'. And I am stitching it on 40 count. Picture this plus doubloon with Dinky Dye Silks. So last night I was able to do E and No Crime started. I finished the W and the E. I put all of Towns in there. And then I think I started at the E and put this in. Yeah, I got a decent amount done last night. I think it can be called a small. Okay, for real, that's the carts. I don't want to rush through this, but I do think Brian's going to be home with the kids soon. Okay. One last big bag. If anybody is counting these while I'm doing this video, let me know at the end. I'm curious. Dimensions Kit, Peace on Earth. Just got a paper cut or something. Ouch. So this coordinates with the cardinal piece that I just recently finished. Do not have much done on this. It was a quick start at work. Oh, and I found the 6th ornament for that series too. I'm so excited. So that will be in one of my upcoming videos. Another Dimensions kit. Noel. And here's my piece. That's all I've got. And this project bag also has, oh good God, this might never get finished. This is a freebie kit from one of the magazines, and it was so hard to separate the colors by names. Like, I got frustrated. It might not ever get finished. Oh my God, you guys, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. God. Okay. Everything came out when I pulled this out. This is Nora Corbett's Anna. I am borrowing this chart, so this is definitely one of the Stitch 9. this is gonna be done soon. I mean, I'm really close to done on this anyway, so I'm not worried about not getting this finished. All of my floss fell out of here. Okay. I've already started doing some of the beadwork even, so. Okay, here is my Anna. Lover. And I'm going to be putting Gigi on the other side of this fabric. This is my very first ever Clay by Kim, and that was from Carrie. So, bunch of black at the bottom to do basically. And then I need to go back with tweezers and pull out all of these, probably cat hairs and some fuzzies. I did change the back stitching on her skin. It called for gray for the back stitching, so I just used the darker of the two skin tones. I don't know. I don't know why it had the the gray. Let's see if I can show this back in here. Ugh. Very idle. She will be going in my bedroom someday. I think the colors will coordinate in there very well. And I am stitching this on a hand dyed by Rolanda. I actually had purchased the piece and it ended up being too small, so she did actually do a custom dye for me on a bigger cut. And there's my progress. This one's just gorgeous. So much fun. I'll have to work on her again soon. It was in the Mira pile. Started this a long time ago. So long ago that the floss is actually in one of these boxes. I don't do that anymore. So this is 5 seasons of quilts, and I'm doing the winter quilt. I've already completed the fall, and it's actually hanging up in the shop as a model right now, but it was a gift for my mom. So there's the winter, and I'm stitching it on Opal Lugana in Snowdrifts, hand dyed by Stephanie. And this is the first project I actually did some railroading on. Oh, that looks like I might have gotten some frickin' chocolate on there or something. Hopefully that's outside of the framing area. I'm sure it is. So here's my start on that. Got one of the trees started. It's only 2 colors. It's not like I had to do a bunch of thread changes in this one. I do actually have the fabrics picked out for the spring and summer quilts as well. My goal is to do all of them. Spring is going to be on Blue Sky and summer is on Clarity, it looks like. And then there's also a Christmas quilt. Large. This was part of Mania 2017. The Riolas kit. I was going to put this in my bedroom too. Now I don't know if I have enough wall space for everything that I want to put in my bedroom. And this is using the It's like the wool. It's different. I mean, it's not bad, but this is my start. I don't know where I started. Huh. That could be a problem. There's my... Don't know which way it goes, but there's my start. Definitely going to have to get that figured out. Nice thing about using the wool is you don't have to separate strands. Large. Another Lakeside Linen stitch along. This is the specialty stitch along. It's the butterflies. I don't have a picture of the full thing. Here's a picture of part of it. And I am using the called for colors. That was part of what attracted me to it, was the bright colors. And this was the start that I had. I don't want to put pink behind it because then you won't see. There. And this is just a white even weave. Holy crap, an hour and 32 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you're still alive watching me because this is taking forever. I think I only have 2 left. That's pretty cool. Yeah, 2 left. That's it. Like scanning my living room and kitchen to see if I have anything laying around. This is the newest Haid that I started. Stitch in Time. And I am doing it on 25 count, easy count. I ordered this from a shop online, I think from Canada. But I do not remember the name of the shop. Not the pattern, the fabric, sorry. This is all of my floss for this Haid. This is going to tip over now. Here is where I am. So I am doing 2 over 1/10. It's going pretty quick, and I'm more comfortable with the parking now. Yeah. I'm digging it. I started this in November with Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, because she was starting 4 Haids in November, I think. Okay, last but not least, well, I have half a needle minder down there. I don't know where the other half is. If you could see my kitchen right now, holy cow. This is Alessandra Adelaide Butterfly. I am stitching this all in beads. It is on a 28 count hand dyed fabric by Rolanda. This is my bead color. I have gone through, well, here's one empty tube, but I have it on my tacky bob. Oh, I've caught quite a bit on the tacky bob, so. And afterwards, this tacky bob might need to get tossed because there's a lot of cat hair on there. And here is my progress. This is on like one of my only sets of scroll frames because I don't want to crush the beads, obviously. It's just freaking gorgeous. I love it. I love it. This is a stitch 9. This is getting done this year. Has to. It's just gorgeous. I actually did order a Lowry stand. It's supposed to come tomorrow, as long as we're not buried in snow, because we have a prediction of 8 to 12 inches during the day tomorrow. So this will be good to set up with the Lowry and work on, because normally I just balance. I'm not kidding. This is how I stitch. I balance my frames on my lap, and I do stitch two-handed. This one's a little bit big to do that with, so it'll be nice to have that. Okay, that is all of my whips. And I found my magnet. The needle minder fell off, and I wasn't sure I was going to find the back of it. I hope you enjoyed the Wip Parade. I hope you were enabled by some of it. I hope I'm not the only one that has this many whips. Maybe I don't want you to tell me how many there were if you counted them. I don't know. So now that I've gotten them all pulled out and they're all over my kitchen table, I'm going to do some organizing and get them put together by size, so that when I sit down in the evenings to stitch, if I only have an hour and I just want to work on something small, I can, you know, go through a whole shelf on my cart and know that I'm going to find something that's small just on that one shelf. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys are having a great stitchy week. Like I said, I'm planning on having a specific 9 that I want to finish this year. So I will get those pulled out now that things are going to be organized and show them in my next video. So have a good weekend. If you're in the area of the country that's getting this nasty storm, stay safe and stay warm, because temperatures are supposed to be brutal. Have a good one, guys. The aftermath. I wasn't kidding when I said that my table was full. And that's missing one bag that I already put away. Got 4 shelves to fill. Yep. And more than 4 shelves worth of stuff.